Hello, my name is Harriton Watco. We're back into this How Do You Generate? A show, an information program to generate an awareness perfect for you. Now, before we start with Solaric, I'd like to show you another video. Can we ask to play the video, please?
We got married in 2013.
I'm Pichon Garcia. Technically, I'm a businessman and I do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I compete and instruct both adults and kids.
Ever since we had Lauren, things has changed. Most of the time, we're just here at home.
My name is Lauren.
We decided to install solar was this when Thorn was born. We noticed he had a lot of rashes and allergies. He wasn't allowed to be out in the heat for a long time, and if he was at home, he always had to be in an air-conditioned room. So technically, the aircon had to be on almost 24/7.
And during the time, imagine, my gosh, we just built the house, we were starting our family. So really, I thought that having the air condition on for this house, in the room and downstairs, staying it on for the whole day is really something that's expensive.
Yeah. And I don't know if we could really afford something in the long run.
They checked on our bill.
Yeah, and then they patterned the amount of panels or based on our consumption. I think we have about six solar panels.
We're now down to an average of
5,000 a
5,500. They really get surprised when they find out that the air conditioning is always on, and then with the number of appliances that we have, still our average is about 5,000. So making this one-time payment is really worth it rather than paying monthly.
Well, could be back. At least now it's it's hassle-free. I can turn on my power anytime I want.
We don't really have to worry about turning on the electricity, turning on the aircon, the appliances.
You can leave every month. Most of my friends, when they say, "Oh, we spend about 20,000, 30,000 on their bills," and they ask me, "So how much is your bill?" I say, "5." I said, "5." And we use solar. We have solar panels.
Turn on the sun.
Why don't you do it too?
We have Mike De Guzman, who's president of Solaric, and we have Noni Dizon right here in the studio. Now, at this point, we'd like to go into the technicals. But even before that, I was corrected by Noni during the break. Alam mo, pag bumili ka ng BIOS, bumili ka ng kotse, may 7,800. Paglabas mo ng showroom, 30% off na yan. And every year, depreciating. Tama, Noni? Tama ka. So, it's not an asset. Hindi gaya pag binili mo ito, taka sabi mo naman, Dick, in the break, you're guaranteeing 25 years on the solar panels. Tatagal kaya gano'n, baka yung bubong, bulok na. Pero yung solar panels mo is the one holding the rain. Now, is this correct?
Yeah, it's correct. Like, there's panels from 1971 that's still operational. You have the International Space Station has been up since the 90s. Up to now, they're still using the same panels.
What makes that material so durable to the heat, the rain? Diba? The external factors.
Yeah. It's essentially like a piece of glass. As long as you don't hit it, as long as you don't shoot at it or drop coconuts in it, it'll be okay.
So no big trees that can fall, branches on it that can crack it.
Yeah.
And even then, that can be repaired or replaced.
We just replace it for safety.
Okay, let's get to the technicals. Maybe you should lead the conversation when you get to the technicals for the viewers to understand.
Yeah. Okay.
What do you think? What are the questions we should understand?
Well, one is the payback. That's, I think, the most #1 question. If I put so much, hundreds of thousands in solar, when do I get my investment back? On the residential setup, that's usually under 5 years. If you go very aggressive, like you want to totally eliminate your bill, it's about 8 years because of the diminishing returns. Meralco only rewards you generating surplus power at half rate. That's why we have the 8-year mark. For commercial establishments, we're looking about 4 to 6 years, the return on investment.
But let's look at it in peso cost, the other way around, ibang formula, okay? I'm spending 10,000 a month sa kuryente ko.
Okay.
Magkano investment para ma-zero value? Gano'ng
Para ma-zero
katagal?
value? Easily, if you put in 10 kilowatt.
Kagad.
Kagad.
So 10,000 pesos, 10 kilowatt.
10 kilowatt.
Magkano investment sa 10?
That's about 650.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yung 650, pag nilagay ko, in 3 months, more or less, zero na kagad ako.
Once you have your net meter, your bill will be an afterthought.
And the net meter is not really dependent on you, it's Meralco again.
It's Meralco and the LGU.
Bakit? Ba't pumasok ang LG?
Because Meralco wants a certificate of final electrical inspection given by the Office of Building Official.
So you just get an electrical engineer to sign
Sign
an electrical plan.
Yes. That's included with our service. We have
You have your
electrical-
own, oh.
Yeah, we have like actually 12 engineers and stuff.
Tumatagal yung sa LGU.
LGU is yung pinakamatagal.
Why? They're supposed to work for us.
I know. I don't. Sometimes I wonder who are they really serving.
Meralco? They're serving Meralco? They're serving the
Or-
oligarchs?
I don't know. It's a good question to ask to the LGU. There's some LGUs that take
I-report natin kay Martin
for
Dino.
4 months to 1 year. I always cite the
4
provision.
months to 1 year before you get an approval?
Yes, to put 12 solar panels.
I need permission to put into my property a solar panel on my roof, which is private property.
They will ask for barangay clearance, zoning clearance. It really depends on some LGUs. But for the most part, most LGUs are very good about it. But there are a couple of cities which are very good about it.
Makati.
I cannot confirm or deny.
Binay versus Binay. Are we going to get Binayed again? Is that what's going to happen?
Well,
Will it become a Binay problem
I would say
again?
Makati has a lot to work on.
Tambunting, Parañaque,
Paranaque is relatively fast.
Muntinlupa, where I live.
Fastest.
Fastest ba? Okay si Presidente, ah.
Yeah.
I should, he's a good friend of mine. He's
Yeah.
good, he's good.
They're good. There's no nonsense in
How
there.
about Manila? Alam mo naman, Manila. He's not looking very
Yeah.
happy.
Yeah, they're just long. I don't know. Maybe they're being very cautious.
And Meralco per se can also be problematic. Sabi mo, it takes a minimum 3 months o mas matagal pa.
Meralco, I think when the ball's in their court, 2 months or less.
2 months or less. Because why? They can't connect, they don't want to, or they're very difficult on writing letters and signing
Now,
whatever.
this is the funny part. I hope this will get cleared up. They do a distribution impact study. You actually pay them money so they could count how many transformers they have in your street and how much solar could be interconnected to their grid. In my opinion, it's really not needed, especially for residential systems.
Yes.
Because the footprint we're talking is fraction of what their transformers rated for. But I don't know.
I love
Maybe-
your sarcasm, man. I love it. Go ahead, keep going.
So maybe they're being cautious, or maybe they like charging fees. I don't know what their business model
Di
is.
lagyan na lang natin, mukha naman silang pera, di bigyan na ng pera. Di ba? I mean, Meralco, magkano gusto mo? I know, because I'm trying to change the meter to the name of this house that, I'm turning around.
Yeah.
They're charging me 21,000. Kasi sabi ko, di ba pag binili mo yung bahay, kasama na lahat yan? Hindi, kailangan mo yung deposit slip, di ba na,
Yeah.
that was issued 30, 40 years ago. Hello, sabi ko, di ba may deed of sale na yan, kasama na yan eh. Hindi, ganun din ang PLDT eh. Really,
Yeah.
the poor president really has all these idiots to have to work with,
Yeah.
called the bureaucracy. I mean, what do we do? Dapat martilyohin na lang, di ba, sa ulo.
Yeah.
But regardless what you do, you keep going.
Keep going. I have to eat it for breakfast. Red tape.
Commercial, let's look at businesses. I invest, I have a restaurant, or I have a small manufacturing plant. Formula. So depending how much of the
Yeah.
consumption.
Yeah, actually businesses is the easiest thing to compute because most of their consumption is daytime hours.
Oo nga, you're
Yeah.
right, no?
So,
Tama, office kasi, more or
office,
less.
Yeah.
Oo nga, no?
So if it's a commercial
Sarado.
business, they have what you call a demand charge. It'll say like 71.6 kilowatt. They'll give us a clue. Okay, we shall not exceed our solar to exceed 71.6 kilowatts. So we'll put as much solar to more or less equal their peak load. So during the day, they're primarily solar run. And only the thingy is from Meralco.
Can I go to a bank, borrow money, use you and your formula as the test case or for the bank to study and assess? Because I put my money out, okay, I'll borrow at 8%.
Yeah.
For 1 year, di ba? 1 year. Pero ito yung asset base, papasok, pwede ba yun?
Yes, you could finance it through the bank. Roughly, there are several banks which are offering financing.
For Solaric
For sol-
already? You
yeah,
mean
for
you're
Sol-
already tied up with some banks?
Yeah, for some banks, they'll actually give us a. It really depends on the client. The end users one gets a loan. They have to put 30% down, the equity.
That's normal, like a
Yeah.
house.
Then payable 5 years. Then they charge 7%. But since
Ayos
they're
pala.
saving 18%,
Oh nga.
Panalo.
So, pwede kang umutang sa bangko,
yeah,
have them pay the cost of all of this, and it's the bank paying it
Yeah.
back. Okay rin yun, ano?
so in essence, their monthly payment to the bank is lower than the what they
the
say.
costing of the house, yung kuryente mo, na
Yung
monthly.
kuryente. Let's say, for sake of discussion, the thing produced 120,000 pesos worth of electricity a month. They're paying the bank about maybe 70 or 80,000. Panalo pa rin eh.
Panalo pa. So, if you don't own your house, as long as you stay at, you were saying minimum 2 years?
At least.
Yeah.
So, you stay mga 2 years in that house and then you can do a relocation.
Yeah, we could
Why
do
2
that.
years? Why can't it be like 1 year? Eh, ubus, gago landlord mo, pinaalis ka.
It's because net metering takes 3 months.
Ayun, out
Yeah.
ka kasi. Yung net
Oh.
meter. So, it's not you guys. It's Meralco again.
Well, I won't say they're really the
You're
biggest
not really a
person,
big
but
fan, ano?
when you combine,
I bet he's not invested in any shares or stocks or bonds with Meralco, obviously. But go ahead.
I like to invest in more progressive companies, but it's really, how would I say this?
Frustrating in
Yeah,
your case.
But I just have the patience of job, I guess.
They are being lethargic for some reason that is unknown.
Yeah, but they're also given a mandate by ERC that they have to act on it within 60 days.
Okay.
So there's some teeth to the law. And hopefully if ARTA becomes more commonplace to the LGUs,
Right.
they have to approve the building project within 60 days or less. That's the
That's
DABA
nice.
way.
I own a condominium unit. I want to go solar. Is that possible?
If you're the condo owner, as in condo association, because we have to put it on top of the roof.
You need to control the roof.
Oh, nga pala.
Yeah.
You have
ano.
control of
So
the
I
roof.
think that's
You
the
don't have control.
one of the perks of home ownership. Or if you're really big time that you own the condo,
Of course, of course.
then you could put whatever you want on your roof.
But some buildings now, I've seen it abroad at least, the panels are on the glass wall that lines the building.
Yes.
You can do that too
We
sideways?
could do that, but since we're a tropical and equatorial country,
It's
the output is not good. If you're in North America or
Tama
Korea,
kasi yung araw gumagano
Yeah, sa sun
na.
angle.
Tayo nasa taas. Do we have to have that moving, the panels, like they do? I see that abroad, di ba? Pag
yeah, they
gumagalaw,
have it tilting.
tilting. Hindi kailangan sa
It
Pilipinas.
was kind of laos since 2013 because panels became cheaper than the tracker. So it's just whatever your roof is, as long as it's not underneath a tree, panelize it.
Will the solar panel improve on innovation? For example, the promise 3-5 years ago, as I was explaining to you
Okay.
off air, they were going to make it paper thin like aluminum foil, and then just glue, and they glue it. If your roof is corrugated, for example, then it will just follow the shape of your corrugation. Parang aluminum lang yun, nilalagay,
Yeah.
tapos nakadikit, may cable lumalabas.
Yeah.
Will that happen? Because that was a promise. I remember that was one of the big promises of innovation na hindi
Yeah.
natuloy, di ba? That
Yeah.
tinayaan ni Obama, di ba? Nalugi.
Yeah. Well, the trend now with panels is they're getting more potent. For every square meter, they put more power into it.
It's the
5
other way
years
around.
ago, 250 watts for 1.6 square meters, that's like the best. Now, it's 360 watts for 1.6 square meters.
So improved by about 45%, 50%
Yes. So,
capacity.
capacity for the same footprint. So its potency is increasing and the price has been steadily decreasing.
It
Unlike
should.
oil.
That's what they're saying.
Right
It
now,
should.
it's ridiculously cheap. Even north side facing the roof, I put panels. And that's already the lowest producing side.
Can I buy one panel at a time and improve? For example, I want to spend only 50K. So I'll put, what can I afford? How many panels lang yon?
For 40K, we have a complete system. But that's for low-cost homes. We actually could make the bill go zero.
For low-cost homes.
Yeah.
Qualified low-cost homes.
It's like a 30 square meter house, like the one funded by Pag-ibig.
Pero walang aircon yon.
With aircon, just add 2 more. Pero ref, light, zero bill.
Zero bill.
Ayan.
And then, as I have more money, dagdag na naman ako 50 mil.
Yes. And it's scalable. You could add it in like Christmas lights. Just add more.
You mean, wala ka nang papalitan na ibang other equipment? Ano ba mga equipment? It's the panel, the
Panel,
wiring,
The wiring, the racking, and the inverter. That's where the magic happens.
the inverter.
Yes.
You don't make the inverter. That's American, no?
American technology, but now it's made in China, like everything else.
Gawa na rin ng China.
Yeah, China now is actually dominating renewable energy.
Yeah, I read that somewhere. Yeah.
Especially with Trump favoring coal over
Yes, you're
solar.
favoring coal, yeah.
So I think he's doing the U.S. a bad favor.
What is wrong with our legislation when it comes to solar versus we're trying to be strong with geothermal, but we seem to be still very dependent on power, diesel, right?
Yes.
Fossil fuel. Although we now have hydro, may combination na tayo.
Yeah.
Wind, hydro,
Yeah.
gas, diesel,
Yes.
and solar. And what's the smallest? Solar
So solar right now is the smallest, but it's the fastest growing.
is the fastest growing.
Worldwide, it is by far the
In the
fastest.
Philippines, hindi pa rin.
In the Philippines, we got addicted to cheap coal power.
But it's dirty.
Very dirty.
And it's getting more expensive, as it is today.
And has pass-through costs. Whatever the cost is, they just tack it on to the consumer.
Pass-through cost.
Yeah,
yun,
but
ah.
solar, we have to actually guarantee fixed cost. No matter where inflation goes, it's fixed.
The advantage of, just a point on coal, it's a base load plant, which means it's operating 24 hours. So you might need a small portion in your mix
Yes.
of power that's base load, like coal, to provide for the night requirements. Because solar will only provide you power during the day.
How does your solar, ganun din, we go back to
Honestly,
Meralco.
Yes. Which is Meralco, which is essentially 50% coal power.
So, how can we be zero if we're going to get Meralco at night?
How do you get zero? You sell them a lot of credit during the day.
Ah,
We grossly oversize.
That's why sumusobra ka sa araw.
Yeah.
Kaya it takes 3 months kasi babalik na naman sa Meralco
Yeah.
para ma-reduce. But because they're buying it only 50%, you're giving them 100% for 50% back. Parang ganon.
Yes.
That's why lumalaki investment mo sa solar. Pero kung one-on-one yan, mas maliit ang investment mo.
We only have to swim hard half as much. Basically, it'll make our job a lot easier. And it really promotes green investment if they make it 1:1.
So it's legislation
It's
that it
actually
requires
IRR. It's actually in the legislation, it's already 1:1. So the big question is, why is the
Implementation.
ERC allowing this lopsided rate on the major detriment to the consumer?
So it's those people assigned in the ERC ang kumikita.
I can't say if they are, but I think Meralco is making a killing by a half rate.
So ang Meralco ang corrupt, sila ang kumikita.
Well, I'll put it this way. If I have excess power for my house, they'll buy it for 5 pesos and 50 cents per kilowatt hour. They'll sell to my next door neighbor for 12 pesos, going through 40 meters of cable. Basically, they're double counting distribution and transmission.
Sabi ko na nga ba talagang tama, no? Basagin, maski yung ipira lo, dapat basagin na rin yan. ano?
There's a lot of changes there. They actually should probably base it on peak rate, 750.
Why don't you run for Congress? Why don't you run for the Senate? You can still file until next Wednesday. At least, this will be your base. This can be your, di ba, advocacy
Yeah.
to take out the ERC, chop their heads off, take out Meralco, di ba?
I'm 43 years old, but I think I might have a heart problem if I do it.
Hindi,
Maha-high blood
tumakbo
ako.
ko eh. All I did was lost.
Maha-high blood ako.
Di ba?
I just lay out the facts.
Ang problema mo lang, pag tatakbo ka, maraming makakapal talaga na Pilipino. They'll really go up to you and say, give me money. Ako, nabigla ako sa munting lupa. Sige, boss, putuhin ka namin. Sabi ko, alam mo, ako magiging demonyo na pinapalitan kong demonyo pag binigyan kita O, di ba? Kaya sabi ko, wag na. So what should we do now? Okay, there's an awareness. We now know about Solaric. We know it can be a return of 5, 3, even 7 years, depending on what you want. Even the investment, you're saying, is flexible. In fact, you can now even go to finance and go to the bank. All right? So what do? We watch, we learn, we should contact Solaric. And then, ang unang step niyan, assessment.
Assessment.
And
Lifestyle
then,
check.
and then kakausapin ka. magkano gusto mong, you have to invest either way.
Yeah.
If you want to travel on the road, you need to buy a car. If you want to go from point A to point B, you still need money to commute, di ba? Ganon din yun eh. So if you want something done, assessment, converge with you, this is how much I want to invest, and you will analyze backwards. And you can set up in a week's time.
Yes.
Sabi ko sa inyo, Mike De Guzman for Senator. You know, ang gagawin niya, he'll be the electric man and come to the circus as the solar power coming down and dawning on the people, helping them with life to be with happiness. Is that correct?
Yeah.
No, natatawa ako because not really your product, your service that you're trying to promote makes me smile. To the point I get a little sarcastic, but I can't understand why we're not jumping into it. I'm serious. For an investment, which is, ang dami bibili ng kotse, I mean, Carmageddon na nga, di ba, everywhere. Even the second-hand car, they move, the third-hand cars, they're selling, di ba? And vegetable prices, prices of oil, toll prices, I mean, walang tigil, di ba?
Yeah.
And yet here, you're offering a return and a reduction on cost, and yet offering a convenience. Why aren't we breaking your doors down? What is wrong? We should be knocking on your doors. Correct me if I'm wrong. When you sent me that note on Facebook, Noni, the other day, that's why I asked you, Noni, TV ka ngayong Monday, sama ka. Remember? Nabasa ko yung ano mo, sabi, pwede ba ito? Sobra naman to. Natatawa ako eh. Why aren't we knocking on your doors? Why aren't we breaking it down? Can you figure that out?
Yeah, like what Mike said, awareness.
Kulang.
People are not aware that this could be done.
Ayan, ladies and gentlemen, narinig nyo na. Awareness. Kaya I bring it to you. We've got a minute, more or less, to break. So, what message, let's start with Noni. What message would you like to give the viewers? Parting message, short message. This camera.
Yeah.
Any message.
Yeah. In essence, we're going to make your roof earn money for you. That's the bottom line. You have an investment, we put a power plant there, it earns money, then you have a non-performing asset that's going to generate income.
The president is watching. What would you like to tell him? Mike De Guzman.
Perhaps to review how energy or surplus solar energy is rewarded by the government or by ERC, because currently, as you say, parang pro-oligarch to buy it at half rate and resell for full rate. So, konting review again.
Okay. So, sinabi na namin sa inyo, narinig nyo na, solar, tawagin nyo. What's the number again, Mike? Cell. What's a better number?
0917-860-3141.
There you go, 314. Or look at Facebook, Solaric.
Yeah,
Correct?
Yeah, Solaric.
We have a web page too, Solaric.
Yeah, solaric.com.ph.
Ayan, solaric.com.ph. Or get in touch with GNL and we'll pass them on to you. Ayan na, binigay ko na sa inyo and I'm not charging you a fee for generating this awareness for you. You know what you do? Take the money, put it in your pocket, turn on the aircon and all the electric appliances, have a smile and enjoy it. Ayan. So it's up to you. Make your move. Maraming salamat po. Thank you very much, Mike.
Thank you.
Noni.